it's Isabel here, coming to you with a new video. It's been a long time, I know, but today I'm coming actually with more of a research type of video. So there's something called the triad of a specific type of chronic illnesses, and these chronic illnesses usually run together, which is why they're called the triad. There's not a lot of research behind them yet because it's just recently come up that they do come together a lot of the time. But yeah, I'm going to be telling you a little bit about these three things. The first thing is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. Postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, or also known as POTS, and that's how I'm going to refer to it the rest of the video, it's a type of dysautonomia, which is it affects your autonomic nervous system. So it's postural, which means when you change positions. Orthostatic, meaning it's your changing positions too. It's like your vitals from changing positions, your blood pressure and your heart rate. Tachycardia, meaning high heart rate syndrome. POTS is when you change positions, your heart rate jumps by at least 20 beats per minute. Most commonly, it's seen with low blood pressure too, with changing positions, meaning that your blood pressure will drop 20 points with positions. So either the top or the bottom number, usually the top number. But that is not POTS. That's just something that's seen with it too. The main thing is the tachycardia. So with POTS, some of the common symptoms include lightheadedness, dizziness, fainting, and pounding heart, like heartbeat. These symptoms are exacerbated when changing positions. It's not considered rare, but the other conditions that I'm going to talk about are considered rare. The other two conditions that are included in this triad are Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is a connective tissue disorder, which is also seen by lax joints, flexible skin, and dislocation subluxations, which is like a partial dislocation. So it's a connective tissue disorder, meaning that the tissue that connects your joints together, holds them in place from just like letting go everywhere, are not strong, so it's actually very loose. The third diagnosis that we're going to be talking about is mast cell activation syndrome. Mast cell activation syndrome, also known as MCAS, is when your mast cells are on overdrive, meaning that you're having a lot of allergic reactions, usually severe, such as anaphylaxis or anaphylactic shock, which is a very serious illness, and it's a very serious situation when you are in anaphylaxis or have anaphylaxis or anaphylactic shock. It's an emergency. Recently, a lot of doctors have noticed that these three diagnoses have been seen together, and so there's a little bit of research that's being let out right now about why this is happening. So there's no research right now as to why, because it's so brand new that there's no reason why yet, but there is research out here that there is a lot of relationship between these. One study, which is all of these studies will be listed in my comment or the description below. One study confirms the high heart rate and heterogeneity of abnormal autonomic regulation in EDS, which is hypermobile type. There's 13 different types, or HSD, which is hypermobile spectrum disorder, which is a less severe version, per se, for lack of a better word, of HEDS. And it suggests that the baroreflex sensitivity might distinguish comorbid POTS from other profiles in this subgroup of patients. So there is a little bit of research out there about what could possibly be that, but there is only one study so far that I have found that suggests that there is a relationship between the connective tissue disorder gene and the gene that causes POTS. There is no blood test to prove POTS. There's a blood test to prove MCAS, and there's a blood test to prove different types of EDS, but not hypermobile type, which is the kind that we are talking about specifically in this video. There are three other studies that I looked at. Well, three other studies that I'm including in this video that I looked at, and two of these studies showed that there was a relationship between POTS, MCAS, and EDS. And then there's one other study that said that the information was biased that was used for these studies. The percentage of MCAS within the group of POTS and EDS was 31% in comparison with 2% within the non-POTS and EDS group. So that means that MCAS was seen in 31% of the population who had POTS and EDS, and only 2% within the group that did not have POTS or EDS. The 95% confidence interval calculated for the MCAS in the POTS and EDS group did not overlap with 2%, which showed a statistically significant result. So basically it means that there was zero was not included in the study, in the results, meaning that the study was statistically significant, meaning that the results were not biased, and that it suggests that there is a relationship between the three diagnoses that we're talking about. The last study that I looked at, it says overall 28 out of 91 POTS participants, which is 31%, met clinical criteria for HEDS. An additional 24% of participants had generalized joint hypermobility without meeting HEDS criteria. So that means that even though only 31% of the group met the criteria for HEDS, there was another on top of that, 24%, who reached it for HSD, which is the just the generalized joint hypermobility disorder. So basically, to wrap this up, there is shown in the newest studies that are released that there is a relationship between EDS, specifically HEDS, hypermobile, POTS, and MCAS. Only one study here has been included that looked at MCAS. That did prove it. There was another study that said that there was biases. So this said, there's not like a lot of research out there, but it is shown that these three do tend to run together, and we don't know why. But hopefully with years to come, there will be more research. I hope this was enlightening and educational and not too boring, even though there was a lot of statistics in this, and I kind of wanted to get onto this because I'm taking a research methods class right now. So I thought it would be interesting to talk about this in a way that I could understand, and hopefully explain it in a way that you could understand with some other like statistical information included. But yeah, basically there is a relationship between at least HEDS and POTS, and there is a little bit of relationship between MCAS and POTS and EDS. So hopefully you learned something from this video. I sure did myself by doing research. I do wish that I could figure out what was causing them to be related. Obviously there's not enough data out there at this time for that, but hopefully within the years to come we should be able to find out what's causing the relationship. As always, thank you for watching. Feel free to click the subscribe button and the like button, and I will try to post more videos. If you guys want to see any more videos of me and you want to know more, just leave a comment in the comment box and tell me what kind of videos you want. I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!